Here we are back at it with another conversation. The Dutch Destroyer, the one and only in the Netherlands. How are you
Yes,
doing,
sir.
Dutch Destroyer Tjibbe?
Very good day.
That's amazing. You're looking very happy. You probably have a lot of good weather, just like we do here in
Oh, we
Germany.
have sun. You don't see it very good, but you see the sun is shining. So I hope to go outside later on to do some burpees.
Cool, cool, cool. What have you been up to lately? I mean, I've been out of YouTube a little bit. I mean, a lot. I used to be very, very
hmm
active, and now I just come and go. Has different reasons, but yeah. What are you up to, man?
I am. Let's see if I can get this a little bit closer. I'm up to with work, training, life in general. Yeah,
Yeah.
all
And
kinds of
and
things.
and what's that training? Are you maybe aiming for something specific in the training right now?
No, not really. I'm always chasing PRs and bettering myself, of course. That's
Of
just
course.
how it goes for me. But yeah, it's going into an okay line, I think.
Cool. You know what, Tjibbe? I met you personally during the Burpees reunion, UK, the Island Boys, and the European squad. We got together, had an amazing session. I actually had the privilege of getting to know you a little bit closer. And
Mm,
I mean, you did not disappoint because you've created some sort of persona on YouTube. You know, you're the destroyer,
yeah,
you're the
yeah.
workout killer, you're the high rep master, you're the day after day after day, back to back type of guy. And it's all true. I mean, and the most positive thing about it is you're not even pretentious about it. You're just like, this is my life.
Yeah.
This is what I do. This is how I get it done.
No,
That's a
you know what it
big
is?
accomplishment.
My surroundings is not impressed by me. So yeah, that is also keeping me with both feet on the ground. You know.
But what do you mean by that? The people in the park think you're that crazy strong dude.
Oh no, they think that, of course, and I got a lot of people, commenting there. But the family, girlfriend, they even don't
Oh
care
yeah,
if I say do 1,000 burpees. They say, yeah, okay, what we gonna do next?
yeah.
So
Okay,
yeah,
so they probably have no reference of what it means to do a shot collar like that, or a holy grail, or it's just like, oh, that's what Chiba does.
yeah. I don't think they understand the full scope of it, but it's all cool.
Nah, you have to be there to do that, to experience it and understand it.
But even a shot caller,
Yeah,
a
man.
shot caller is just it's a normal Saturday.
You know what I remember? I was talking to you about different styles of burpees back then, and you had a couple of sessions with this dude who is the world record holder for the. I don't know if it's a CrossFit style burpees, but it's a very movement rich burpee. And the day before you met, I think it was on your second meeting,
Yeah.
you uploaded a shot collar,
Oh, there
and
you
this dude, even this dude was like, "Hey, Chibe, did you forget we have a session tomorrow?"
Yeah, that's
And
true.
you're
That was
like,
was
"No."
the first time, indeed. Yeah, well, yeah, I know the day indeed. I did a shot caller on Saturday, like normal. If I have time, I do shot caller. But on Sunday we had the meeting. But I had no time to put in a shot caller those couple of weeks. So I just thought, yeah, cool. And indeed, he was saying to me that he thought I was forgetting him. So yeah. But I
And what
was
was the
not. I
session
don't
you did
care.
with him?
Huh?
Yeah. And what was the session
Oh,
you did with him?
session was just an hour with him. Was just an hour of going full speed on it.
Oh
I have it
yeah,
somewhere on
he did
my
like
board over
900
there.
or.
I got
Okay.
782 burpees in an hour.
Wow. And that was your style, the hard style, not this very dynamic
Yeah,
style
yeah,
he
yeah.
he
But you can,
practices, right?
yeah, you can call it a CrossFit burpee, but it's more the Guinness World, the Guinness World Record burpee because they set the rules. He must set his his hands
Yeah.
on a certain centimeter thing. He must have his hips on the ground. If all kinds of rules that is their burpee.
Okay.
So he
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
is
Yeah. Yeah.
just following their thing, and they don't accept
Well,
any other burpees, by the way. Also,
okay. Oh, that's interesting.
yeah, yeah.
That's
Because I
interesting.
talked to
But
Igor.
yeah,
I talked to Igor
who's that?
from Zero Gravity
Oh
Training,
yeah,
and he was not
I remember this
okay with
dude. Yeah.
those burpees, and we had a conversation about it, and he even applied his own burpees with the weight vest and shit, and got denied.
Wow.
So
Yeah, I remember this dude, and actually this conversation. Yeah, I think sometimes when you're not in acceptance of other ways of doing things, you can also become very toxic about it and repel it away from you and think there's only one way. But it's basically also in the spectrum of movement, isn't it? I mean, we practice a certain style. You have your own style. I mean, I think I always thought your Navy SEAL is very particular. I mean, you have a very distinctive setup to the movement, and it should be like that for everyone. And if there are rules, well, there are rules.
yeah, that's all cool. If everybody follows the same rules, you have a different outcome. But one can can call himself a winner, and the other not. That's just the game. If you play the game, you have that. I'm not part of that, so I don't care. And I think it is really cool to have different kinds of styles. You have strict styles, you have loose styles, you have people with the feet to each other, people with the feet out, elbow flaring or not. There is no right or wrong, in my opinion. It's just what you like. And they even use different styles for different training methods. So I think you can apply them for different purposes.
Do you ever remember one style of a certain practitioner where you said, "Wow"? I mean, that's because I do. I remember I saw Moses Cuevas,
Mm.
and I thought, "Oh wow, that's different." And then I saw Ikram Burpees. Was that his name? Ikram
Yeah, yeah.
Burpees.
A burpees
He
ikram.
disappeared, and he had this 3 step in between every rep. He would go and then
Hmm.
tuk tuk tuk. And I remember he would always do it with these long loose pants, and they would get soaking wet, and this very smooth surface floor. Yeah, both of them. I remember saying to myself, "Now that's a very different style." Because if you look at others, like the Busy Dad,
Mm.
he is clean to the bone. I mean, I don't know. I think he only does one style, and it doesn't matter if it's the 6 count or it's the 10 count.
Mhm.
It's one way of doing it and no other.
Yeah, I think you have a good point there. Um, yeah, like I said, there is no right or wrong, but I think it is fun to
Yeah.
experiment. I like the most Cuevas, of course. The Burpees King, I like his style. Wolf, of course, but all have
Oh
different
yeah.
styles, and I think you can
Yeah.
apply them in different ways. Because if you
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
doing the rocking chair, you get way more emphasis on the legs, by example. And then if you do a 6 count burpee is also different than a one pump burpee. Maybe the whole new guys don't know
Absolutely.
the
Yeah.
difference. I see sometimes videos where they
Yeah.
call it do 106 count burpees and it don't count. But I'm not gonna blame them or anything. But it is just so different. With the 6 count burpee, by example, you
Yeah.
set your palms right in front of you, then you kick out, and everything goes like a machine. It's change. Each chain is gonna follow the other. Well, in a one pump burpee, you have a little bit of more of a flow. You can jump into your burpee more. I think. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
the
Absolutely.
jump up
I love
is
the one
more
pump.
smoother.
Yeah. That was the thing with the burpees king. His jump up, it was like floating.
Mm,
I could never really understand how he gets it that smooth. It's just like he's bouncing off the floor somehow. And I thought that was a very mesmerizing style of burpee he practiced. In your case, I remember you like to have a wider stance, and also you like to have a little bit of 45 degrees on the elbows
Yeah.
instead of more tucked in. So yeah, no, I have always tried to go through every style I can emulate, and the pump variation is the one I've enjoyed the most. I've always tried to make a slow version of the James Bruce burpee. He has also a very dynamic, elastic burpee, but he just takes it to another level. He's another high level, high rep
True.
practitioner.
True.
I don't know
Yeah.
if he's still active, but I remember this
And
dude
sometimes I think,
is yeah.
but it also depends.
Hey,
By the
Tjibbe,
way, yes. Sorry.
yeah. No, no, tell me. I'm sorry. I'm sick and tired of talking. I need to hear
No, that's cool.
what you got
No,
to say.
I think also I was oftentimes also thought about the whole the body type thing, because some people have longer
Yeah,
arms, longer legs, or
yeah.
different kind of torso. Also, with short people, you see short people doing burpees. It is a little bit easier for them because you are faster to the ground. You know, you're closer by. Yeah, you don't have to stand up that tall. So I think you have a little bit of an advantage with that. So that is also a little bit determining how you do your burpees, I think.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
But you were
And
you were more tucked, I think. Yeah.
I'm tucked. I'm tucked. I'm very tucked. I have noticed if I do them too wide, I lose bounce, and I like the
Mm.
bounce. So there, I have to be a lot stricter, and that is less efficient if I was doing like a 300 or a 500. I have never been really able to go the long run like you do. I remember the day I gave a shout out to you, I was like, I need to do something that's worthy of
Huh?
Tjibbe.
That one.
And I was like, what the hell can I do that? And then I saw that your record was 700 unbroken. I said, wow, 700. I remember when I did 500, and I was like, wow, completely done. And I said, okay, at least I'm going to try. I'm going to try. So I reached the 500, the 600, the 700, and I was able to bust out just five more. Did 705, and I said, "Ha, Tiva, take that!" Da 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 da. And the next day, you came out with 1,008 counts unbroken. Man, you're just magic, dude. I really love that. And you know what? It's so inspiring to others because there's no gimmick. It's just like straight up forward. So, hey, what's up? I'm gonna do a shot color, or I'm gonna do this and that, and you just do it. So that, not having to overthink anything and just lead by example, that I think that's a extremely powerful tool you have. And I can only imagine it comes naturally to you, but for me it would have to be something I work towards
No,
to be
I won't
as
say that.
easy going.
I won't say that for
No,
myself.
okay.
No, because I also work for it, and I also had, when I was doing my first burpees ever, a 30 was also much for me. That I thought, fuck me.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it all comes down to training and a mindset. Everything hurts,
yeah,
yes, but are you
yeah,
going through with it or not? That's the whole deal. And if you are hurting and you're doing also a lot of other stuff, do you take your rest, or are you simply gonna do stuff? Most of the time,
yeah.
when we think we cannot do any more stuff, or we need to rest, we can do for sure a workout. And that's the whole thing. That
Yeah,
consistency
absolutely, I think so too.
is what really counts in the end, I think.
I think that's the magic word, actually, consistency. Because if you show up, even if you do less than expected, if you're going slower than expected, but you showed up, so you maintain that habit, and that habit is just feeding consistency, and it's creating a routine. Maybe not a structured routine of saying I'm going to do this on Mondays, this no, but a routine of showing up and giving your energy, your all, and for that you're getting back a sense of accomplishment, that you're alive. Basically, you're huffing and puffing, you're sweating, you're getting hungry again, you're thirsty, Uh, and in your case, you like to go outside a lot, so you have to play with the elements and the reality of the elements as well.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I have a lot of elements because cold. I don't care
I
about.
mean,
I don't care about.
rain, cold,
Yeah,
wind.
I don't train. Yeah, but running I do. But for yeah, I don't care about rain. The only thing is I'm not going out in the rain with my phone because I'm afraid my phone is going to die or get broken or so. But yeah, but cold. Yeah, I don't care about cold. It's getting warm. So yeah,
Yeah,
and I still with this weather,
it is good.
I still walk my short in my short pants. By the way, on work.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
uh, yeah. I saw that a lot in the UK when I was living in Brighton and London. Doesn't matter how cold it gets, you go to the calisthenics park, they'll take off their shirts. It's cold as
Mm,
hell. It's just basically hardening up and getting used to bad weather.
that is true.
And eventually you do get used to it. I came from the tropics, so I grew up in Guatemala. Every day of the year we have 25 to 30 degrees. It might be raining or it might be hot, dry, but it's always hot. And when I came to Germany and experienced my first winter, I was like, holy shit. Especially that moment, which is soon to come. I think it's next week where they change the hours, and all of a
Mhm.
sudden it's 4 o'clock in
This
the
weekend, by the
afternoon
way.
and there's no sun. It's this weekend, isn't
I
it?
thought so.
Uh, yeah, I think so too. And I remember experiencing that consciously the first time. I was like, wow, okay, this is winter. And it just got worse and worse and worse. Uh, but instead of confronting it, I scared out of it. So my first winter wasn't a good experience.
No?
And then I started
What
to.
was your how old was
Uh,
you then for your first winter here?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
What was your age?
My first, I was 21 or
Uh,
22.
and that was the first real winter experience.
Yeah, I mean alone.
Uh,
I came to Germany basically with a backpack and looking for a place to live. Uh,
Also in
so
Berlin?
yeah, I had no. When I came to Germany, I ended up in Frankfurt Main,
Yeah, yeah.
which is near
More
where,
to down,
um,
more south.
yeah, where Simon lives.
Yeah.
He lives in Wiesbaden, which is not far away. And I was supposing I'd go to the university that's there. It's called the Johann Wolfgang Goethe University, and
Mhm.
I was completely mistaken. I mean, it was a horrible city. I mean, there's nothing there except for banks, business, offices. It's very, very few living areas and one area for students. So I was not expecting anything to happen there for me. So I left. I went to the south of Germany. I thought I was going to go to the area where my dad used to live when he used to live in Germany. But I ended up in Karlsruhe, which you know as
Yeah,
well. I
yeah. I've
think
been there.
you told me. And there, I had to finish one degree to get into the university because I had a high school diploma, but since I'm German nationality as well, I had to get a recognition so I can go. And there's where I first experienced a good winter, so to say. You know, like activities
Yeah, yeah.
outside. Because in Frankfurt it was nothing. It was just gray, cold, and lots of junkies, lots of drugs. I was not expecting any of that. So yeah, with time, I got into a groove, and then for the first time in my life, I started moving with a bike. I remember that was a big game changer for me. Now I can't live without a bike. I don't have a driver's license.
Me
I don't
neither,
have a
by the way.
car. Okay, yeah, you see. So for me, experiencing that reality of being able to ride a bike, I bought myself a bike. I actually built a bike, and and then I went out in the winter. I slipped on ice. I almost broke an ankle. All of that stuff, and then I was exposed because at first I didn't know what to do because I had nowhere else to go to. That someone tells me, "Oh, you can go ice skating here or whatnot." I had no idea
Mm.
about anything.
Oh.
So yeah, it's interesting, to have seasons. I'm from a land that has a dry season and a wet season. That's it, basically.
Yeah, yeah. And now you're living nearby the Black Forest. So yeah, that
Yeah,
time at
yeah,
least, yeah. Beautiful place, though. I want to go back to there. But yeah, yeah,
ah, it's beautiful.
we
Yeah,
we had harder winters when I was younger. Now it is not so much, and I really don't care. Even I only doing long jogging pants on when it is -8 or something, or -10, or else I'm just working out in my shorts. Even with zero, with
amazing.
below
Yeah.
zero temperatures, I'm only having in shorts, not even a shirt. So
No, yeah, I still put on some tights, some running leggings, I guess they called. But yeah, I'm still out there though. I think I'm the only tropical dude out there by -5, -10 degrees running as well. So I guess that's I'm doing good
yeah,
now.
you're doing very good.
Yeah, yeah. How's your running, dude?
I was doing it a little bit less lately because I was focusing on other things.
Yeah,
But now I'm the last couple of weeks doing it a bit more. But yeah, feels good. Yeah,
cool,
can I say? I try to do it
cool.
2 times a week, sometimes maybe three. Well, depends. Yeah, depends on work and
Yeah,
what else I'm doing. I'm a little bit free with everything I do. So some days, if it's nice weather, I just do a bigger workout. Because it's nicer weather. And yeah, you have to pay something for that. And also playing also with my weights. Got a PR
yeah.
yesterday with my squats for the 137 and a
Oh
half
yeah,
for 5 reps.
100 and what?
The 137 and a half kilos for
So
squatting.
that's almost 300 pounds.
I don't know how to calculate in pounds. It's almost 140 kilos.
Yeah, so 140 times 2.2, that's 308. So it's a little bit over 300. Yeah, amazing. That's good. And for several reps
Yeah,
too.
yeah, and I had some reps in the tank, I think. So yeah, we're gonna next block we're going to the 140, and then we're gonna get that easy.
Yeah. I used to do squats too, but my strongest lift was actually the deadlift. I used to do like a 5 times 5
Mm.
modality. And my best lift was the deadlift. I was weighing 75 kilo and I did a 425. That's what would but that be in kilos? Uh, wow, I don't know. It's 200 kilo
Oh,
basically.
that is.
A little bit less.
Oh,
A little bit
I
less.
have someone calling my door. I need to get that if you don't mind. I don't know who it is.
Okay, man. You
Sorry,
gotta do
sorry
it.
for that. You can talk the way through.
Yeah, I think he's coming back.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that. I wasn't
Don't worry,
expecting it.
I'll just cut it out or
I
something.
got a new
Oh
phone.
yeah, cool.
So
Very very nice.
more memory, and I hope better camera also.
Okay, what did you get?
I've now also a Samsung, an
Okay,
A53, and I got an abonnement, and I can,
okay,
how do you say that? I have it for years, and every 2 years you can prolong it.
okay.
How do you say that? I think it's good. And get another
Yeah.
phone with discount with it. So I do that, and
Okay.
yeah, cheap,
Okay.
easy.
We'll see you in 4K soon then.
Yeah. I already put the most of my videos, by the way, in 4K.
Okay.
I have a special program
Yeah,
for
I
that.
only I only let them play in 1080 anyway.
Ah, but now you're back
Yeah.
in Berlin. You can play in a higher resolution than in Guatemala.
Oh man, in Guatemala I drop it down to 360. 360p. If
Oh
not,
shit, that's old
it's
school.
just bad, bad, bad. And also every time I record something, I have to export it in 720p
Ah,
or even sometimes 480 because it takes a day to upload. But yeah, I'm blessed here in Berlin. I have 250 megabyte per seconds, which is boring as hell to talk about, but the experience is just exhilarating. Uh, By the way, what were we talking about? Or maybe you want to change the subject.
Where we're talking about the cold and everything. If I was right. Um,
Yeah.
but now I'm cool. We can switch from every subject you want.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I want to talk to you about something because you said consistency, and right now, after I ran that ultra marathon with Simon,
Mm,
um, I had to take a step back, and not from training per se, but from the idea of volume, because it was very hard to me to focus back on doing something else other than running. I was so obsessed with running and being efficient and getting volume. I was running a very large period of this training time, basically three, sometimes even four half marathons per week. I was doing 10Ks in a row, sometimes one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and stuff like that. So then came the run, and I completely bonked. I bonked at about kilometer 99. There was an aid station. I said, "Fuck this! I'm done." After the race, I realized that I hadn't taken any salts, so I apparently had an electrolyte issues. I couldn't
mm-hmm,
eat. I was dizzy, cross-eyed, whatever, like. But then when I stopped, I felt really good. The next day, I could walk. I met up with Simon. He did finish. I mean, all respect to him. I mean, he had a trouble walking. He basically got inside his car after the race and fell asleep in the car and stuff like
you
that.
saw him the next
So
day
I came
with his
back.
trainingsnummer on still, right?
Oh man, this dude, he looked, like the most athletic homeless guy I've ever seen in my life. He was like, yeah, I don't know. He was sweaty. He had the same clothes on, the same socks. He was stinky. He basically woke up in the car and I was like,
Oh,
oh, and then he
you must
came
smell
by
like
to my
shit after running 160, was it?
160
Yeah,
kilometers.
great.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So he came here, took a shower, and then we were both feeling pretty good. But then I didn't know how to get back to training again because I started to run. I think 1 week after that, I had maybe 3 runs,
Mhm,
and I was like, I can't run right now. I really don't want to run right now. It just felt like I was in a tunnel. And then I started doing like burpees again. And since I had not done any burpees for such a long time, I was like bonking at 50 reps unbroken. And so all of a sudden I was confronted with a dilemma because I felt my fitness was really elevated by the run, by the
mhm,
ultra training. But then I had the reality that it was such a specific fitness. No, it wasn't an all-rounder
mhm,
type of fitness. I couldn't do my muscle ups. Uh, I was maxing out on push-ups on 25 to 30,
mhm,
and I usually am able to reach 60. So I said to myself, okay, well, start walking, and now I'm biking a lot. This year, for example, I started working as a bike messenger in the city because I
mhm,
have a road bike. So I did a test at this company. I said I'm going to do this for the winter and for because this is also the part of the year where I have less work.
mhm.
So I'm going to be outside a lot with the bike now. But yeah, have you ever had that you're in some sort of training and then maybe you reach the peak and you need to rest and then you really don't know how to get that momentum, that snowball effect going again? I guess you not because you have shown consistency on and on. But have you ever experienced something similar?
Yeah, yeah, of course. I know with the Iron Wolf challenge with the 700 a day. And some days I do
Oh yeah, yeah,
1,000.
you did that
Yeah,
too.
I was sick and tired of doing burpees. For the 2 weeks after that, I did hardly any burpees. Other stuff, running, pull-ups, you name it, push-ups, but no handstands. But I was sick and tired of burpees for that time. And I also have my periods, that I work towards a big PR with my shot caller, and then
Yeah.
I'm focusing a bit on something else. So yeah, but I try to be um, yeah, at a decent level with everything I do. But it goes
Yeah.
with flows and with ups and downs with everything. So some weeks I focus more on handstands. Some weeks I focus more on running. Other weeks I focus more on my Navy SEALs. Other weeks I focus more on my 6 counts or on my muscle ups and pull ups. So yeah, you give a little, yeah, and this give
Yeah.
and take, but I try to be steady with everything I do.
Yeah. No,
It's
that's
really
good.
the
I
most
think that's
important.
also yeah, it's a good approach.
Yeah, I have
Yeah, I'm
a
running
funny
now.
thing,
I
by
will
the way,
do.
about
Yeah.
what I want to say. I got Duncan Walsh commenting, by the way, on my squat session.
Oh yeah, Duncan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and he was talking about over that in with the heavy the heaviest reps. My back was a little bit more going like this, crooked like a C, he said. Uh, well, that is true. But the funny thing is, I commented on that most people don't realize. But sometimes people are so focusing on doing you need to do the correct movement and everything needs to be in line and everything. But I also have a physical job, and I explain that to him, and I explain it lots of times also to other people that it is not an holy grail doing something straight or being in a in a correct form. Because with my work, I carry lots of heavy shit, and we are twisting and turning in strange ways. We move in strange directions. We're laying down, pull heavy shit. We're lying on top of stuff and pulling weird. Uh, Everything is uncomfortable, and you're always in a strange position. Most times, at least.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that is funny because I really think that's also why I wanna name this. It is important to not get autistic about it. And I don't call Duncan autistic, by the way. Don't get me wrong. He's a great guy, a nice guy. But sometimes we are a bit stuck with our thinking that everything needs to be in this order and nothing else. But in
No, you're
life we
right.
do
Yeah.
lots of different weird movements, which are really helpful, I think. You don't have to. Yeah, if you're squatting every day with an arch back, you're getting problems, of course. But to do that sometimes is a good thing, I think, and to you must play with your forms and do weird shit. I think that's a good
Absolutely.
thing.
Yeah. I mean, I like this saying. I think it applies to what you're saying as well. He who judges has not lived.
Mm,
And what I'm trying to say with that is, like they're not in your shoes, like it's not your perspective. It's their attempt to not impose, but let you know there's a certain way to do it. And for me, one example I always take is that I never do a warm up. I I don't warm up. I'm not saying everyone should do so, but I don't warm up. I ask myself, like if fitness has something to do with survival, and you're a fit individual, and all of a sudden you're confronted with a bear in the woods, you're not going to go like, "Oh, sorry, I need to stretch my hamstring before I
mm.
start running."
Well, yeah, yeah, you have another thing coming
Hold
because
on a second. Yeah.
yeah, because if you see a bear, you're getting an adrenaline rush, and your heart rate gets instantly up there. So in times
Yeah.
of need, if you will want to call it like that, your body is reacting automatically on it with fear,
Yeah.
with fighting or running, yeah, or anything. So the body is prepared right away. Then that is funny of the body. Your body can be just like that, be ready for anything if it needs to happen
Yeah.
without getting injured. That is funny. That is I
It's
thought about that
amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
sometimes, and it's funny. I know how the body works with that. But I think both is good. I think sometimes I warm up, sometimes I don't. It depends on my time,
Yeah.
on my mood, on the weather. I don't know.
Yeah, well, for me, warming up during a run is I start slower than I end. That's just the approach, I guess. And with burpees, if it's a single pump I'm practicing, I mean, I'm warming up constantly,
Yeah,
with
I
every
also
rep.
think with one pump you don't need to have a warm up. Or you want
Yeah,
to do a speed session when and you want to get the most that you can get. Maybe then, if you're
yeah.
gonna set PRs or something, that's good maybe. But if you're just doing regular one pumps with some running in between, what most people do, yeah, I don't think you need to do a warm up. People really
Yeah.
focusing on that, by the way, because I'm getting a lot of comments. Do I stress in front? Do I warm up? What I get a comment yesterday, what my cool down was, but I don't have a set. I don't have an set rules of a rule set. I just do what I like and how it comes and how it goes. And you have to be
But
flexible.
in
That's
your
also
case,
life.
also, yeah, yeah. But you also say you have a very physical job, so you're already coming in with blood flowing through the muscles.
Yeah, some days, by the way, because I have easy days, I have hard days. I have some days that I only sit on my ass reading books or stuff because that's so sometimes we have to wait. And
Yeah, yeah.
other days I'm busy all day carrying heavy shit and yeah, busting off tiles with a jackhammer or something. Yeah.
Crazy, man. That knowing that on top of what you already do, yeah, only you can do that, man. I truly believe you're a very unique individual. As a matter of fact, you told me something I couldn't stop thinking about. That you have like an extra switch to light up the heart even faster than other
Oh,
humans. Like an
the synapse.
Yeah, you have like an extra nerve ending going
Yeah,
into the heart, or something like
I have
that.
two AV buttons, if you want to call it.
Okay.
That's the way you call
Hmm.
it. So yeah, you have the AV button that gives the electrical impulse to your heart. I have two,
Yeah.
and I did by the hospital. I did a checkup to see how my body reacts on sports and everything. And they saw it light
Yeah.
up, and they saw my heart rate going up in just seconds, and it was above 200, and it also stayed there. But I wasn't aware of anything.
Oh,
So
really? Wow.
they check my heart. Some people have problems. Fly it. Some people have problems with it because if the electrical current is going on a wrong way through your heart, it can get you can get damage of it, and also an heart attack or something. But I don't have that. It's going in a correct way through my heart, no problems. Only my heart rate can be a little bit higher and faster on a higher heart rate and
Do
loss.
you know what your max heart rate is?
I really don't know. I don't look at that very much. I can see it on my Garmin, of course, but it is not really correct because you need
Yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
chest meter for that. And I don't have problems with it. Also, heart rate is something I just feel out.
Okay. Yeah. Also, if you have such a specific individual condition, probably those values don't say much about anything in your case.
No, maybe not because my heart can go can go up, can go down very fast. I don't have to be, but it is possible. Yeah, and I can do that with working
Okay.
out, but also they told me also with an adrenaline rush it is also possible.
Okay. And if I understood correctly, even at high heart rates, you can feel completely calm.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't. It is not that I feel calm, but I don't feel it extra. So I can go from
Okay.
100 till 200 or above, and I don't notice the difference.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I noticed it because
I had
I was doing
yeah.
stuff on the bike and I got all those buttons on me, and then they were
Oh
they were
yeah.
measuring me, and yeah.
Did they measure your VO2?
Yeah, but it was a long time ago. I don't know what it was then.
Okay.
But my Garmin
Well,
says 55. It was a while back,
I was
56.
thinking I was thinking you're probably something around there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I was running a little bit less, so I get in point less. But Garmin is really
Yeah.
focused on that. No,
Yeah, running
it's
will
not
elevate
counting
it.
the burpees because I can do an hour of burpees and it says I burned 100 calories. So
That's ridiculous. It's so sad, isn't it?
yeah,
I go running out for 20K and I see 1,300 calories. Like, oh yeah, I do a 50-minute session of burpees and it's 200
yeah, yeah,
calories,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
feel worse than a run. Like I'm like,
So
oh
yeah,
man,
don't trust the watches and smart things completely. Some people are also really
no,
focused on that, and
yeah, I
yeah.
was too, and that specifically happened during the ultra marathon training. Right now, I can't even think about like recording sessions. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, because yeah, like you said, it's a little bit of mind pollution, and and then you have values instead of the feeling of effort.
Mm.
Like sometimes I would feel just accomplished if I was like pumped afterwards, and I didn't know, did I take 20 minutes? Did I have this heart rate, whatever? But for the ultra running, since I wanted to run like for 20 hours, I said I need to stay at 120, at
Yeah, yeah.
130. And I was running and I'm like, oh, all of a sudden, oh, 135, I need to go a little bit slower. And stuff like that. So
But that's also, I think that is smart. For that kind of goal.
at the moment it was a very smart approach. Yeah, I didn't have my youth like Simon had. Simon, he's still under 30,
Yeah,
and
you're
I'm
still
in
you're
my,
still looking like you're in your 20s.
I don't know why though.
Yeah, yeah, you have that gene
I
that
don't know why.
the Asian people also have. That they can look
Well,
20 to till they're 70, and then one day you grow old or something.
I guess so. Yeah. Well, I'm happy about that, but also, like it's funny because none of my friends, and if any of my friends are listening to this, which I think they don't, we can't do much together anymore. And I remember this was a big thing when I was in my mid 30s because I was very, very focused on climbing exclusively. I was still being taking part in the competitions. I was one of the older ones there. I couldn't train with people in my age because no one had the capacity anymore. So I was always the stronger climber for them,
Hmm.
but they were always the weaker ones for me. So I would always look for the younger ones. So they would push me because I used to love that. And sometimes, when you start training with someone and you know their strengths and their abilities, then you push each other even more because I showed him with my strength what he can't do, and the other way around as well. And I love that fuel, like I I'm obsessed with it, and we'll even go like bullying each other. You're like, ha ha ha, you can't do that one, huh?
Uh-huh.
And for me personally, I enjoy that feeling, but I can't do it with my friends anymore. So I have to be very mindful about the way I train because I don't know. I still feel I can give a lot. And if when I see people like Tony from Still in the Game,
Uh-huh.
I mean that dude is a freaking machine.
Yeah,
And
not
I
making
I
that
see,
makes
like
videos now.
this can go on and go on. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just need to be luckier and find someone my age that can push me as well too. I mean,
yeah,
it doesn't have to, but
yeah. I have the same thing. I like it also that people are that I can compete a little bit with people. I got more people coming after me. I got
yeah.
the Stoke-on-Trent boys. Who were coming after me. I got Kelsey, by the way. He want to beat me and everything. Uh, so yeah, I got the coming more people on my path that wants to try to beat me and everything, and I hope they do. I hope they're gonna. prepares this all
Oh,
time.
that's nice too. That's nice of you look at it that way. Yeah.
You know, I hope they come for me and that they one day beat me. And I'm
Well,
not
we'll
saying
see
I'm the
about
best,
that.
by the way, but I'm far from the best. But you know, I like to have some competition with people.
Yeah, I never say anyone is like at the best or something, but I mean, you created your own level, so to speak. You know, like I personally, I've never seen anyone practicing the volume you do, and and staying really sharp and good and progressive at it. So whatever you're doing through intuition or planning or both, it seems to be working very well for you.
And I don't even show everything, by the way. That is just a
Oh
small
no.
part of my training that I show. So yeah,
Yeah.
most of the time only my
Do you?
burpees because it's easy to film. You know, sometimes I do a combined session with all kinds of movements. I think, fuck the filming. You know, or else I have to cut up my videos, make it for Instagram, and do this and that. You know, the last couple of weeks I was also late out of work, so and it is earlier dark. So yeah, I'm filming a little bit less and just focusing on good workout, getting a good workout in, and that's then more important.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Showing up, not for everyone, but for yourself, right?
Mhm. Yeah, and also I also train
Hmm.
a lot of the smaller muscle groups, by the way, because people see me doing
That's
burpees,
good.
doing burpees a lot, of course. Especially on Instagram, I only place burpees on that. I place more on YouTube, of course, because I have more the feeling that is my main channel. But yeah, I want to give the message also to other people.
All of a sudden, I can't hear you anymore. I don't know what happened, but you're laughing. I still have battery. Now you stopped completely. I wonder what happened.
Hello, I'm back.
Oh, now I can hear. Yeah,
Did you
nice.
hear me or not?
Yes, now I can hear you again.
But did you hear my conversation or not? Ah,
No, all of a sudden you just muted out, and then your phone turned sideways.
so yeah, my girlfriend is gonna bring the dog because she is going to do something with the girlfriend, and I need to take care of the dog.
Okay,
So he's coming with the dog. I need to get the dog from downstairs, because I live at the fourth, uh, uh,
okay.
what do you say? Fourth floor. I need to get the
Floor.
dog because it is
Yeah.
bad for his hips to walk and everything.
Okay. Well, we'll keep it short. I guess you have a couple of minutes still,
Yeah, I think
or
so. Yes,
do you
he's
need to
coming
go
now.
right? Okay. Well, you know what, Chiba? I guess I, I would like to close on my side saying that you are really a shining light in on YouTube for me. I really like what you do. I find it extremely empowering, inspiring, motivational, and you keep others in check and are also playful at it. And I really, really like that approach. And when I met you, you were also just very honest, true to yourself, and I don't know. It was just so yourself.
Yeah, but
I
I'm
don't know
I'm
how
just
to
I'm just
explain it
a
even.
normal human being like anybody else, uh, and that's the way I view it.
I don't know about that, but your approach is very humane, very humble, and I appreciate that a lot. I've never liked to be disrespectful with people telling them what do you what, do this way, or oh, you didn't do it that way. I remember in my case when I used to do muscle ups,
Uh,
I didn't rotate the rings outwards, and they're like, that's not a muscle up. You didn't rotate the ring outwards. I mean, dude, did you see the transition?
yeah, yeah,
Show me one who can do that transition.
yeah,
And
yeah.
like, well, what are you talking about?
But the only people
Rotating.
who are commenting are not the people who are having their own channels and putting in the work. Only the
Yeah,
keyboard
yeah,
warriors are
absolutely.
having a big mouth.
Yeah, yeah,
People
yeah,
who know, uh, who have felt life and has gone through everything. They're not gonna comment something negative because they know how it works.
yeah.
So yeah,
Man, Tjibbe, it was nice. Thank you for hitting me up on WhatsApp. I'm very happy we have done this because we had talked about it, I guess, months ago,
yeah,
and only up until now did it actually happen. I think it was a little bit also on my behalf that didn't happen, but now that it did, I'm really
both
happy.
because
Yeah,
we're going on vacations and we can both be
yeah. Oh
there
yeah,
with
I
that. So
remember
now,
that
but
as
that's
well.
also life, and I like this conversation. So we need to do that
No, it's fantastic.
more. It's
Yeah,
good, I think, to talk about to talk about some training and how we approach life and training. You know, it's
yeah.
yeah, also a good thing. I think we
It's
have more
nice.
we have more to discuss and talk about than only this hour. Don't know how you feel, but
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I think we should hit it back and talk again, and yeah, do another hour one of these days if that's okay with you.
yeah, cool. Would love that.
Yeah, we'll do. Chiba and Christian take you for a ride.
Yeah, yeah. I would love that. Maybe we could get somebody else in the meeting also.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Chiba, I'm going to leave as well. Going to go pick up my daughter. I went to leave her with my in-laws.
Uh,
So I wish you a pleasant day with your dog.
Thank you. I'm gonna Zeusje squat him to
And
the fourth floor.
oh yeah, does he have trouble going up the stairs?
No, it's bad for his hips for the dogs to walk on stairs. So I
Oh,
just carry him to the fourth floor.
I
And I have nasty
I
stairs
did not.
in my apartment. So
Oh,
everybody is somebody's coming up. They're destroyed. I like that.
yeah. Cool. So to everyone out there, stay tuned. We're going to come back
Yes,
and
sir.
talk to someone else probably and have a good exchange. That should be a nice thing to do. Chiba, my brother, take care. Hope all is good. And let's keep on repping in the free world.